It should come as no surprise to those who are familiar with any of my videos that I fall on the Arminian side of the salvation debate. And while I'm not a blind follower of Jacob Arminius, who lived hundreds of years ago, I do believe that his view of how God works in salvation is consistent with the teaching of Scripture and that of the earliest Christians after the death of the apostles. In this video, I have a burden to share, and I'd imagine this is primarily a Christian audience. I believe the Arminian camp, of whom I speak in behalf of, owes you an apology for our actions, or lack thereof, over the last 10 to 15 years. Let me explain. In our churches, and when I say our, I mean those of the Arminian flavor, we have not presented, portrayed, or proclaimed a view of God that is truly awe-inspiring. A view of God that grips your heart and changes you in the process. We haven't done a very good job of presenting Him as majestic, glorious, powerful, sovereign, and holy. Instead, we've been overly pragmatic in our approach, overly strategic, unduly consumed with being relevant. As a consequence of this, many of our churches have become kind of light and breezy. A lot of style, but not a lot of substance. We take full responsibility for this error, and we do apologize for it. Furthermore, when people grew tired and weary of the seeker movement and began to seek after more biblical depth to feed upon, we were not available to fill this void. To their credit, those of the Calvinistic ilk welcomed such individuals with open arms and sought to provide an outlet for a stronger and weightier Christianity. But we Arminians were too busy trying to make the church attractive to the world, obsessed with strategies and church growth models, all along failing to realize that a golden opportunity to reach hungry Christians was right in front of us, yet this opportunity slipped between our fingers. You see, we weren't taught in our church planting courses and seminars that just being the church, loving others, and upholding sound doctrine would actually draw people to our churches, as it did in the first century, recorded in Acts chapter 2. The power of the preached word did not hit home to us. We felt we needed to modernize this approach. We were wrong, and we apologize for it. And lastly, by and large, we have not aggressively, lovingly, yet aggressively challenged, and yes, even repudiated deterministic thinking in the church, Calvinistic presuppositions in the church, such as unconditional election, limited atonement, and irresistible grace. We thought such teachings would go away. We didn't think that people were that drawn to theology. And over the years, we had numerous opportunities to clarify our beliefs, to correct misunderstandings, to expose erroneous views of our position, but we didn't take them. This was a very big mistake on our part, and we apologize for not setting forth true Arminianism as it should be, and as it deserves to be. I don't mean to convey that no strides have been made in any of these areas. There have been some positive strides for which we are grateful for, but there is still a lot of ground to cover. And while we Arminians have largely failed in these areas in the past, we do not see the future as bleak or as a lost cause. The first step is admitting our faults, the purpose of this video. We now hope to move forward with a clear vision and goal in mind. Thank you for watching.